Hello everybody and welcome to the season 37 running of the Quaker State 400 here at Kentucky Speedway. It'll be 28 laps around Kentucky, and you'll notice that this is the up-to-date version we're using this time around. I tested out with the new aero package and it actually works much better than what the package it had before. So hopefully we're going to have an exciting race here today. On the pole for this race will be the 51 of Anthony Lopez, and on his outside will be the 22 of Brad Cheston. Row 2 is the 21 of Joman Coleman and the 5 car of Nathan Alvarez. Row 3 is the 6 of JD Figuerello and the 3 of Eli Bright. 18 is the 18 of Giovanni Castillo starts in row 4, and the 00 Christian Vargas will start alongside him. And the 11 of Philip Goldberg and the 43 of Jesse Martinez will round out your top 10. And our winner, by the way, from... Just give me 1 second, guys. Our Pocono winner from last weekend was Alex Hawkins in the 1 car. And he will be starting deep in the field here today in the 29th position. So without further ado, let's go trackside for the command to fire up the engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
Cars roll off the track, and after lap 14 will be our halfway point of the race, and that's when we'll award the stage points. And of course the stage winner is going to get 1 playoff point if that stage winner makes the playoffs. Not sure what's going on with the track right now. It's a little glitchy here today, but hopefully we'll get through this race smoothly. Alrighty guys, I fixed the little glitch that was happening and flickering the screen, so hopefully it will go well. The green flag is out and we're underway in the Quaker State 400. And Joman Coleman is going to lead the first lap of the race. And Dylan Kroom has just taken second place, and now there's a crash behind them. 2 cars have spun, and we have a crash behind the leaders. And they'll race back to the line. It looks like Joman Coleman is going to lead us back to the yellow flag. We had a huge crash behind the leaders there and out of turn 2. They were like 3 or 4 wide there. There was like pack racing in Kentucky. There just was no room for error. And take a look, and there you see right there the 2 cars that spun. Jesse Martinez. Oh, there was Billy Bishop that spun, and the 18 car, and the 42 as well spun. Those 2 cars spun out. And there's the other, and here's another view of the spins. Cars were spinning, 1 car was hit. I don't know how a lot of cars were able to get through those drivers spinning, but that must have been a scary moment there for those guys. Bogus and Castillo were the ones that spun, and the 13, Zachary DeLello, was also hit. Wow. So the caution's out, and Joman Coleman will be your leader. No pit stops early, so you saw a lot of passing going on. That wasn't possible with the default chassis settings this track was given. But 3 or 4 wide with the new aero package, it really makes the racing more exciting. than the one that they included in this track. So I'm so glad we finally got to run the updated Kentucky. It's the most up-to-date track version I could find of the Speedway. Has the green walls and the repavement. So I'm so glad to finally be running here at the recently repaved Kentucky Speedway. Ooh, there's a car that nearly got turned. JD Figueroa on the apron, but he gets out of it. New leader is Nathan Alvarez. Here comes Joseph Romanek. And here comes Zachary Fitzwater. Oh, look at that. He nearly got loose there. I've got a feeling this is going to be a great race from start to finish. This new air package, it's really showing its stuff here at a track that's not normal, that's not usual for 3 or 4 wide racing. Lopez leads it, and a big lead ahead of him. Three wide behind, and they're still pack racing. Very big pack racing here. Everybody's trying to make big moves here. Oh, another spin! And Alvarez and Toby Smith. Brendan Dubois is also involved. Anthony then, and there's Austin Stitzel. Oh boy, 36 just flipped upside down. Brian McCason. So here we go again, another big crash here at Kentucky Speedway. My goodness, this is an exciting race filled with wrecks. Let me see if I can get another view of this. I don't think I can get a better view than the helicopter view. Started right here with Brendan Dubois. Got contact with Toby Smith. And then Priya McShane and Nathan Alvarez were involved. And then everybody else started to crash right here near the start-finish line. One car was in the grass. That's Billy Bishop. Somehow avoided the crash. Wow. Wow, the two cars somehow made it through that wreck. Now let's see who's going to be going to pit stops. Looks like the leader's now finally going to go to pit road. So here we go. The leaders head to pit road now under caution. I don't think anybody's staying out. Looks like everybody still in the race is going to go to pit. Everyone still in the race is going to pit. So here we go. There's the pit stops. So the question is, who's going to be out in front? More cars starting to get into pit road, and it looks like it is Zachary Fitzwater out first off pit road. Ooh, Figueroa, I think he might have beaten out the 51 off pit road. It looked like he did. I think he did over that line right here. Yeah, it looks like he did. Ooh, wow, look at that. Near contact there with the 51. Wow. That could have been a disaster. And more drivers all coming off pit road, and other than that, and looks like they're okay. There's Alvarez up in smoke. And yes, Figueroa was ahead of Lopez. Fitzwater off first off pit road. He will lead the race. One more lap until the halfway point. We'll see who will win the stage, and we're back to the green. Lopez into second place over Figueroa. Christian Vargas into the battle as well. Look at this three-wide battle. Nearly. Oh, look at that. 51 got down below the line, but he was forced down. But he's going to win the stage. How about that? Lopez gets the stage win. Wow, that was real tight. Probably the most exciting Kentucky race I've ever done so far. 3 wide again. Here we go. Back to pack. Romanuk trying to join his teammate. Here comes Rowe. Still 3 wide. More cars down the pit road, fixing all the damage they still have from those 2 cautions we've had in this race. Here comes Rowe for the lead. And here comes Hunter. Acevedo's down low as well. Now Hunter's going for it. Here he comes. Now we have a dozen laps to go here at Kentucky. Here we go, nearly 4 wide. Now they're going 4 wide for the race lead. Quayle leads the race now. And now coming to second place is Edith Cardoza. And there's Robert Smith in the top 5 as well. Cars are just getting tighter and tighter now. Still in the middle of the pack, they're going 4 wide. 11 laps to go at Kentucky. Cardoza has a bit of breathing room now. And Carr came off pit road. Roger Ray just came off. Slowing up the pack behind him. And he holds up Hunter a little bit. Somehow, some way, they didn't cause any trouble. Oh boy, 14 went in the grass, made contact while trying to avoid lap traffic, and somehow they made it work. John Gilbert just came off pit road as well. Cardoza gets by him. Only few cars left now to compete for the win. Just 9 to go. How will the other drivers deal with the traffic? The 8 car nowhere to go. Gets really held up slow. And somehow, some way, again they were able to avoid the lap car. Not sure if they'll catch Jesse Martinez. They might though. It looks like they probably will within the next few laps. Not 8 to go at Kentucky, and Cardoza is the leader, hoping to hang on. Fitzwater and Goldberg and Robert Smith, Figueroa, Quell are in the top 5. We saw how easily these guys have gone pack racing, so might be within a matter of couple laps to decide to see who wins this race. Now they approach Martinez lap car. 17's held up. And the 4 car makes the move to the lead. Zach Fitzwater somehow makes it, but Goldberg, maybe he's got a trick up his sleeve. Here he comes. And Quill gets it 3 wide. 6 to go at Kentucky Speedway. Wyatt Quill and Philip Goldberg battle side by side. Here comes Figueroa. It might not be over yet with the lap traffic. They have Cullen Francis in view. Figueroa's going side by side for the lead. And Robert Smith following him in the draft. Next caution at this point, it will come down to overtime. We saw how the start went with Kentucky, so I'm sure everybody's looking forward to seeing if there is an overtime needed, with all these cars going to be packed up if possible. And here we go, lap car, and the 6 car wisely goes down to the low lane. Wise move by the 6, might be the winning move. He's pulled a little bit ahead. Anything can happen though with these lap cars, very slow. And we now have 4 laps to go. Look at that move by Christian Vargas. What a move he made there. And look at Alex Hawkins. He's in contention now in the top 5. Coming to 3 to go. Ooh, Cardoza nearly loose. Really trying hard to gain on the 6. First got to get second, and she does. Now she's trying to close in on the 6. And another lap car in front of them. Austin Stitzel just came off pit road. Somehow, someway, we've gone this long without a caution, even with lap cars in front of the leaders. 2 to go, Kentucky. Here we go, he gets held up a bit, and here comes Cardoza! And she takes the lead, and the 6 spins! The 6 just spun! And that'll bring a caution before the white. Wow, what a twist here. Cardoza will lead to the caution flag, and we will run another 2 laps to decide who will win this race. Incredible. We're going to have a great finish coming up here at Kentucky. Wow. JD Figueroa got turned while trying to avoid lap traffic. Let's take another look at that spin, man. Look at this. Turn 1, he was held up by the 24, and the 1 car just hit him from behind, and the 6 went for a spin. Right here, he spun. And Wyatt Quayle was hit by the 6 car during that spin. And that's what brought out the caution, and this will force overtime here at Kentucky Speedway. Cars are going to be bunched up, and it's going to come down to the wire. Boy, is this going to be an insane finish here at Kentucky. You really do not want to miss this finish, folks. It's going to be down. It's going to be probably the craziest finish we've had so far this season. So you definitely do not want to miss this finish here at Kentucky. Don't go away. And here we go for only the 2nd time this season. We are heading to overtime here at Kentucky. It'll be 2 laps caution free, so even if they wreck on the first lap, they'll keep racing until they get to the checkered flag. This is going to be a very good restart. 2 laps to go, it's all going to come down to this. Who's going to win it here at the Kentucky Speedway? Here we go, green flag is out with 2 to go. Here we go, Vargas is in the lead now, 3-wide battle, Joman Coleman as well. Everyone's trying to break out now, 3-wide battle, this is for the win. Oh, they're going 4 wide. They were, for a brief moment there, they were going 4 wide. And here we go, this is the white flag lap coming up next time by. Who's going to win this race? Cars already sliding everywhere now. And there was already a wreck in turn 4, but they'll keep racing until they see the checkers. Fitzwater in front though. Here comes Ethan Herbert. Here comes Austin Stitzel. What a comeback this would be, going from a lap car to winning the race. 3-wide battle. Here comes the 24 and the 95. They'll race to the line. Who's going to win the race? 1 car into the grass, and it looks like it might be Herbert. No, it was Stitzel. Austin Stitzel wins. Austin Stitzel, by a nose, wins at Kentucky. What a comeback. We saw him as a lapped car before, and incredibly made a comeback to win this race. I gotta see how this finish goes. It looks like it was a very close one. Ooh, it was real close. I don't know if I could see it from the camera view. Look at that. That's a great finish right there. Wow. It looks pretty close, but it looked like from here, Austin Stitzel got ahead of Ethan Herbert. Wow. Austin Stitzel wins it at Kentucky on a very tight finish. You saw that Sharona Evans, she got loose. Look at that. Went into the grass and somehow was trying to get the win. And Oh, this is the best view I could possibly get. This from here, Austin Stitzel beat out Ethan Herbert for the race win. A crazy finish. And we saw him a lap down, a lapped car. But everybody got the wave around, got their laps back during overtime. Everybody also got back on track that wrecked out before in this 2-lap overtime finish. And Austin Stitzel, wow, that's got to be the biggest comeback I've ever seen of any Pokemon Cup Series race ever. Going from a lap down to being part of the lapped cars to winning the race. He got another chance at overtime, and he took advantage of it and took home the win. Wow. That has got to be the biggest comeback of any race ever. Wow. Austin Stitzel is your winner. And finally, Hendrick has its first win of the season. A long wait. It took 13 races, but Hendrick Motorsports, at long last, has its first win of season 37 after a couple close calls with Grayson Acevedo. But the 24 of all drivers gives Hendrick their first win of the season in the 24 car. Came from being a lapped car to winning it here today at Kentucky. And unfortunately, I can't show you the margin of victory for that because they just ruled Herbert and Evans retired. I think there must have been a crash after they took the after they took the checkered flag. Wow. Would have loved to have seen how close the margin was from that race, but it probably was in the 1/1000th of a second. Likely, so Stitzel wins it here. And I believe they didn't get wrecked on the way to pit road, so not sure why they retired here. That's just weird. Uh-oh. What is Brandon Dubois doing? Look at this! He just took out the race winner entering pit road! What was he thinking? What was up with Brandon Dubois? He just tried to spin out the 24 off pit road. What? I don't know if they saw each other. I don't know what was going on. And I see a couple drivers in the grass on to pit road. Must have been some tension going on because... Oh wait, the 18... And he holds up his own teammate for whatever reason. What is going on? Man. And the 52 Joseph Romanek is in the grass. Wow, there must have been a lot of tension between many drivers after that race. I'm not surprised because we saw wrecks. We saw a lot of cars wreck out in overtime. And yeah, there was a lot of tension between drivers here today. There were lots of wrecks, there were spins. It had just about every wreck you can imagine here at Kentucky. Wow. I've never seen this kind of a mess after the race before. Yeah, this is definitely the race of the season we're watching right now here in the PCS. This is insane. Wow. I've never had something like this happen before. That is just amazing. Anyway, this is definitely the race of the year right now here at Kentucky. Oh boy, never expected that this race would be so insane. But wow, I'm sure glad that we finally got to run at this most recent configuration of Kentucky Speedway with the new aero package. It was a smash hit. And again, it made for the finish of the season. Boy, was it a crazy one till the very end. But Austin Stitzel, in a close finish, takes home the race win here at Kentucky Speedway. 13 races are now in the books here in season 37. And next weekend, we will be heading to Chicagoland Speedway. So you do not want to miss our next race, which may not be as exciting as Kentucky, but it's still going to have a great weekend nevertheless. So until next time, we will see you later, and we will head over to Chicagoland next weekend. So until then, we will see you guys later.